Hello, welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. Today I will be giving you the Capper Comparison Picks for the UFC Vegas 39 main card fights. Not all of them, I'm going to reserve the championship fight, or the main and co-main event for another day. But I'm going to give you the other main card fights, as you can see. Be sure to check out the videos I've made prior covering every prelim fight. There's only 10 fights left on this card now that the Staropoli and Pickett is gone because of COVID. But we still have some fights. We still have a little bit of action to put our plus money bets on. So let's get into this card, or into this main card anyway. Opening up the curtain for the main card, we've got this interesting wrestling showdown between the middleweights, Phil Hawes, Megatron, taking on Darren Nguyen. Darren Nguyen is 5'6". Might as well just call the elephant in the corner. However, he's got phenomenal wrestling. He did win his Missouri State Championships. His high school wrestling career is like 163-3. That was it. He only 3 losses in his entire high school wrestling career. Then he went on to community college, where he won the 2008 and 2010 National Junior College Championships. He was All-American those years. After that, he went to NIAI school called Linden something University, and continued to his championship ways. He's taking on Megatron Phil Hawes, 11-2. Heavy favorite here, -310. Phil Hawes, also not a stranger to wrestling though. A lot of these other cappers, I hear him saying, oh, Darren Nguyen, he's 5'6", he has no shot. His only path to victory is through wrestling. Well, that's his only path to victory for every fight, but that is not. Phil Hawes also won National Junior College Championship in wrestling. He went to college at, what was it called? I wrote it down here, I think. Oh, he went to Central Iowa Community College. And 2009, I think, and yeah, 2009, 2010, he won. However, these guys, I'm like, man, they're the same age. They're both 32 years old. I was like, oh, maybe they saw each other in the tournament. However, I looked at the tournament brackets for the National Junior College Championships for 2008, 2009, 2010. When Phil Hawes won in 2009, he won at 190, I think it's 196, 198 pound weight class. Darren Nguyen, he won at 184, and he won it twice. He won it in 2008 and in 2010. I don't know what happened in 2009. There's no record. Maybe he took a year off. Maybe he got injured. I have no idea. But they did not see each other. They were not in the same tournaments. After, like I said, Winn went on to NIAI school. Phil Hawes went on to D1 wrestling at Iowa State. He was a Cyclone for a couple years. So Phil Hawes, also not a stranger to wrestling. Both these guys got wrestling. I would say Darren Nguyen is a more decorated wrestler because of his high school, 163-3 record. I mean, come on, that's legendary. But now we're talking about mixed martial arts. This is not wrestling. And even if it was wrestling, Phil Hawes, he's got championships too. So it's not, like I said, he's not a stranger. Excuse me. Let's get into the 3-1 favorite. This line did move. It opened up at -275, so money's been dumping in on Megatron Hawes because now it's moved up to a -310. Winn was at a plus 235. Now the books are trying to make him more attractive at plus 260. That's right, you put your $10 bet will win you 260. Phil Hawes, you have to put $31 down to win 10. That's how that works. Both of these guys only have 2 losses. Phil Hawes coming off a win against Kyle Dawkins. You guys know Kyle Dawkins has good wrestling because, I mean, look at his fight last weekend with Kevin Holland, which thankfully the headbutt made it a no contest, but otherwise he had it. I mean, choked him out and all that. But I had Kevin Holland, so I'm kind of thankful. But that's going to be rematched, and hopefully Kevin Holland this time will come in as the underdog, and I'm going to take him again. Just little tease there. But anyway, Phil Hawes is on a 7-fight win streak. He's got the 4-inch height and 7.5-inch reach advantage over Deron Nguyen. Deron Nguyen is built like a little pit bull, like a bowling ball kind of. He should not. At 5'6", he shouldn't be at 185 pounds. He's got wrestling, so he knows how to cut weight. He should drop it down, I think maybe at least welterweight, but even, I don't know. But he wrestled all those championships in college, was 184. So that's right there at middleweight. I mean, I guess if you, but I don't know how. Phil Hawes, 100% takedown defense. Yeah, I think he's only had like 4 attempts on him in his career. But regardless, Phil Hawes used to train out of Hard Knocks in Florida, but now has since trained. He's training out of Sanford MMA with Henry Hooft. Vicente Luque's down there. Gilbert Burns is down there. They have good facility down there. I heard Hard Knocks may have sold out or went to, I don't really know. There's some, I don't even know if it exists anymore. I think from what MMA Fortune Teller says, it may have been bought and changed names. But anyway, Phil Hawes, like I said, has that D1 wrestling experience, and he did win junior college wrestling titles. Deron Nguyen, also coming off a win against Antonio Araujo. I think he broke records of how many takedowns in one fight. Something like he had like 12 takedowns on Araujo. Araujo is I hate to say it about any UFC fighter, but he's a bum, man. I had money on him. I figured this guy, he's a giant compared to Deron Nguyen. He should at least keep it standing. But Deron Nguyen, he couldn't stop the takedowns. Araujo couldn't. He could not stop the takedowns. Deron Nguyen took him down, controlled him the whole fight, got the easy unanimous decision. Deron Nguyen is 3-2 in his last 5. Little side note: Deron Nguyen is with Mallory Martin, another UFC female fighter. Deron Nguyen is fighting out of American Kickboxing Academy. He is the protege to DC Daniel Cormier. And DC, if this is also in this Vegas, so if DC commentate and he's gonna be biased, and the judges can hear the commentators, just like Kyle Dawkins, Kevin Holland. You hear that, if you watch the fight, Kevin Holland's talking back to DC when DC's like saying, oh, Kyle Dawkins is a long fighter. Kevin Holland's like, he sure is long, and he's like talking back to him. So if the fighters get, it's a small arena, the Apex. So I think, for example, the Thiago Santos, Johnny Walker outstruck Thiago Santos, but the judges don't have privy to significant strikes. They don't have that knowledge. They don't have the stats. They have to go by what they see and what they hear. And what they're hearing is DC, Daniel Cormier going, oh, that was the biggest punch of the whole fight. And it was like Thiago Santos when he clipped him in the round 3 or round 4 or something. But thing is, man, shut the hell up. When you're, do not influence the judges, DC. Do not use your bias. Commentators should have to shut the hell up with their bias. They should be unbiased. But if DC is there his boy. This is his boy, Deron Nguyen. This is a little protege. It's his junior. It's his little, because DC's wrestler too, you know? But anyway, also out of AKA, with upcoming fights, I want to throw these guys out there too. Luke Rockhold's getting ready to fight Sean Strickland next month. Dwight Grant is getting ready to fight Francisco Trinaldo later this month. And Zabara Tukogov is ready to fight Ricardo Ramos also late on October 30th. So a lot of activity coming out of that American Kickboxing Academy. I just wanted to throw that out there. But let's see what these cappers have to say in this fight between these wrestling gods, if you will. They are both. Despite 5'6", he's like phenomenal wrestling for Deron Nguyen. But also, you could say the same for Megatron. Phenomenal wrestling. They both have National Junior College Championship trophies and medals decorate in their trophy closet at home. Okay, taking the favorite in Phil Hawes, we've got SE UFC predictions, SE Pred. He's saying unanimous decision for Phil Hawes. SE UFC Pred is a big stakes gambler. He puts thousands on these fights. Actually, he's been limited by the book that he uses, the book that he uses. He was limited. They said he got limited because he was putting down like 17 grand on a fight, you know, or 10 grand on a fight. Just, I wish I had it like that. But anyway, SE UFC predictions, taking Phil Hawes by decision. Then we got the MMA Guru, that's the one with the knit cap from the UK. You guys know who he is. Guru taking Phil Hawes. Both the brothers from Fight Night Picks taking Phil Hawes. MMA Fortune Teller. He's the one that gave me the news about Hard Knocks possibly going out of business or changing their name or being bought out or something. And then we've got Vlad, UFC Celebrities and Classics, the Bulgarian Cowboy, the premium handicapper out of Bulgaria. And what's going on? It's Bleed MMA, also taking Phil Hawes, making this a full capper consensus. But what would you expect at a -310 favorite? But I will do the dance because this is going to be a fight to watch because I am a former wrestler. I wrestled in high school, I wrestled in college. I was never championship level. I was just always like a barely over 500 record, but still I loved it, and I'm gonna love watching these two former college wrestling champs take on each other. I want to see who's gonna win the takedown war, because you watch some of Deron Nguyen, he uses his little side, his little package to get those legs. He double leg takedown, double leg take. He's quick with that. He's quick with the inside legs. He's you know, he doesn't do a lot of the upper body Greco-Roman shit. He does the freestyle. And also, I'd like to add, he did go into freestyle wrestling for a bit after his college career was done. He did not stop there. So, anyway, I can't not take Megatron, though. I got it. Because Megatron, Phil Hawes has the wrestling accolades, and he's a better striker. Well, obviously, Deron Nguyen has low volume striking. He gets hit probably double the amount of strikes that he throws. So I think Phil Hawes is going to connect hard and crumble Deron Nguyen. I hate to see it, and I hate to say it, but I'm going to have to go with the favorite here. And I think he's going to get it done. You know what? This is going to be a control fight, I think. I think he's... Deron Nguyen, man, I don't know. I want to say Hawes is going to knock him out, but I don't know. Has he been knocked out? I don't know. I'm going to say Hawes by decision, make it a boring fight, but he will, because of his 100% takedown defense and his wrestling. and his height and reach advantage. But don't count this guy out like everybody else has. Even the public, everybody's counting out Deron. Everybody said DC, and like I said, DC's commentating. He's gonna throw a bird in the judge's ears. If it goes to decision, Darren Nguyen might get it. Because DC's going like, oh, did you see that takedown? Oh my goodness, that was a great takedown. I can foresee some corruption there. But anyway, moving on. I gotta check the time because I'm doing this before Brandon's soccer match. They not even home from school yet, so I'm limited with time. But I gotta move this on. Okay, we got the female flyweight fight between Mariya, Agapova, and Sabine Mazzo. This one is gonna be a banger. Both these girls, hot prospects coming out, both coming off losses. Mariya Agapova coming off a loss to Shayna Dobson. Bump, bump, bump. But you know what, that she lost by ground and pound in round 2. But you know what? I think she's corrected her error of her ways. She had an adrenaline dump. First, she thought she was going to go in there and take care of business in the first minute and a half. She thought she was going to go in there and just walk all over Shayna Dobson. Shayna Dobson, the older, more mature, smarter ring IQ veteran, reserved her power, reserved her energy, made it through round 1, and then came out victorious because Mariya Agapova was gassed. Okay? Anyway, Mariya Agapova, the Kazakhstani girl, is officially fighting out of American Top Team Sunrise. That's like a little sister school of the Coconut Creek American Top Team. However, if you check out her Instagram, she's been doing the Florida tour. She's went down to Sanford MMA, did a little bit of training down there. She's got a picture on her Instagram with Colby Covington out of MMA Masters, and she wasn't just visiting because she was sweaty and she had her training clothes on. So she's been at MMA Masters, and her main training partner has been Jillian Robertson. There's a ton of pictures with her and Jillian Robertson down in Florida training for this fight. She is 3-2 in her last 5, taking on Sabine Mazzo. Both these females are dead set in age. They're both 24 years old. Both upcoming prospects, both getting better every time they step in and out of that ring. Lessons learned, like I said. Sabine Mazzo, the favorite here, minus 185. Money's been coming in on Mazo because she was opened up at minus 151. Agapova opened up plus 130. Now she's at a plus 160. Mazo's at a minus 185 now. And here's the thing, the Columbia Queen, Sabine Mazzo, also coming off a loss to Alexis Davis, another skilled veteran. I wouldn't say Shayna Dobson's really a skilled veteran, but she is a veteran. She's been around a little bit. I mean, she didn't have the longest, biggest record in career, but she had the ring presence. She's been there, you know. Anyway, the Colombian Queen came off a unanimous decision loss to Alexis Davis. She's also 3-2 in her last 5. That means, you know what I mean? Both these girls, neck and neck in age. Both these girls, 3-2 in their last 5. Both these girls coming off losses. Both these girls, same exact records. Both these girls, very aggressive first round type aggressive fighters. This is going to be an interesting fight. Sabine Mazzo does have a slight 1-inch height and 2-inch reach advantage. She was fighting out of King's MMA. She is now jumping around gyms also. I'm not sure which gyms, but I have knowledge that she's fighting out of Nino Shembri BJJ. Nino Shembri is he's a BJJ practitioner, retired fighter, but you can find his information on Tapology. He's like 45 years old. He's out of the fight game, but he used to be a fighter. Anthony, I think, was his, but they call him Nino Shembri BJJ. But that's about much as I know about Sabine Mazzo. I'm not sure, when she was at King's MMA, she had what's her name? Montserrat Ruiz, Conejo, the bunny girl. But she's not out of King's MMA no more. Now I don't know who she's Nino Chambry or whatever, Chambry. I don't know where she's training, who she's training with, but this is gonna be an interesting fight. Now you got to remember, Agapova, when she did that adrenaline dump in the first round against Shayna Dobson, she was a minus 1,200 favorite, and she didn't get that just for nothing, just because she's young and aggressive. They doubted Shayna Dobson, and I think she had the biggest, that was she took in one of the biggest upsets in UFC. But I think through her tour of Florida training facilities, she's probably gained some fight IQ, gained a little. I'm sure people told her, you lost that because you dumped all your energy in the first round. So why don't you try to reserve some of that energy, play smarter, use a little better fight IQ, and I think she probably, if she's growing as a fighter, you would have to say she's corrected herself, I would hope. Anyway, let's see what these cappers have to say. Taking the favorite, we've got what's going on. It's Bleed MMA. Bleed is taking Sabine Mazzo. What is Sabine Mazzo? The Colombian queen. That's right. Then we've got Vlad, UFC Celebrities and Classics, also leaning Mazo. I guess he says, I guess. Fight night picks. Both Matt and Craig Allen both taking Sabine Mazzo. MMA guru Nick Cat saying Mazo by decision, which is could be, could happen. And SE UFC predictions, also by decision. He's the big gambler. Throws up more money on bets than anybody else that I know. That unless but I think he's legitimately saying what he does. He said he's gonna quit gambling once he's earned $100,000. Said that months ago. I guess he hasn't been there yet. But finally, MMA fortune teller will close it out as the contrarian pick, the MMA fortune teller, as the contrarian picker, taking Mariya Agapova. I think he's also influenced on her Instagram since she's been jumping around. Check out her Instagram. Go ahead. If you don't believe me, she's got pictures at MMA Masters. She's got pictures at Sanford. She's got pictures at American Top Team Coconut Creek, and her original school is American Top Team Sunrise, and her main training partner Jillian Robertson. No shame in that. So I'm also going to take the plus money underdog in Mariya Agapova. I like that pick. I think that plus 160, good. Keep putting money on Mazo. Let that grow. I'm going to take her to get it done. I don't think it's going to go to decision, though. I think she is going to preserve her gas tank a lot better than she did against Shayna Dobson. Now, that's a hard pill to swallow, hard lesson to learn. I'm sure she's looked herself in the mirror and been like, man, did I F up on that one. So I think she's going to, but I still think she's going to be aggressive, but so is Mazo is aggressive. I think Agapova is going to get it done within distance. I'm going to say ground and pound round 2, but for the sake of this video, we're going to say within distance. For Tapology, I will put TKO round 2 for the Kazakhstan fighter Agapova. Yeah, I like the Kazakhstani wrestling. If it gets down to the ground, I think she does have an advantage. Mazo might have a slight advantage in striking, but like I said, these girls neck and neck. These girls are very evenly matched. It could go either way, but I'm going to take the dog here, dog or pass. Take that plus money on Mariya Agapova. Finally, moving on. Next, we've got Tim Elliott taking on Matthias Nikolao. Okay, Tim Elliott's coming off win against Jordan Espinoza, unanimous decision. Fighting out of Glory MMA with James Krause. He dates Gina Mazzani. That's his baby mama, girlfriend, wife. I don't know if they're married or whatnot, but I know they have a kid together. That's his life mate, Gina Mazzani. Also Glory MMA product. There's pictures on his Instagram where they're on a boat, him, James Krause, Gina Mazzani's water skiing, whatever, looking hot, of course. But yeah, Tim Elliott. He's been around quite a bit. He's got double-digit losses, 17, 11, and 1. He's taken this hot, upcoming prospect, Matthias Nikolao. Taking on Matthias Nikolao, who's coming off a win, split decision against Manel Kape. Some people I noticed in like chat rooms and whatnot were saying Manel Kape should have won that fight. I mean, it was a split decision, so one of the judges did have him win. But I don't know. I did have money on Nicolau, and he did come out on top, so I'm thankful for that. But I could see how it could have went the other way too. That it was a very close fight. Matthias Nikolao fighting out of Novo União in Brazil. Much younger. He's Tim Elliott is 34 years old. Nicolau is 28. So just entering his prime. Elliott kind of getting out of his prime. And yeah, this is going to be an interesting fight. Tim Elliott is 2-3 in his last 5. He is on a 2-fight win streak though, because before beating Jordan Espinoza, he did beat Ryan Benoit, unanimous decision also. However, Matthias Nikolao, 4-1 in his last 5. That's right. So, I mean, take that for what you will. However, he is a -195 favorite. Money's been coming in on him because Elliott opened up as a +146. Now he's at +170. Nicolau opened up -170. Now he's at a -195. So you can see the money's been coming in on this guy. Tim Elliott, you think he's been around a lot longer, but if you look at his Tapology, pro debut 2009. Nicolau, pro debut 2010. Yes, Tim Elliott has had a lot more UFC experience, but Nicolau only a year behind for professional fight experience. Okay, let's see what the cappers have to say about this intriguing fight here. Taking the favorite, we've got the MMA guru, Nitcap Guru, taking Matthias Nikolao. Then we've got the MMA fortune teller, the Teller, also taking Nicolau. We've got UFC Celebrities and Classics Vlad. His main pick is the fight goes the distance. By the way, that's the bookies have that too, because the over 2.5 rounds is -225. But he said if he does have to, Ryan Straight makes me take a side, I'll take Nicolau. But his first bet is the fight goes the distance. Then we've got What's Going On Bleed MMA, also taking Nicolau. And Fight Night Picks, Craig Allen is taking Nicolau, but his brother Matt Allen is not. Matt Allen is taking Tim Elliott. Fight Night Picks, Matt is taking Tim Elliott, and so is the big gambler SE UFC predictions. All these guys' links will be in the description as always. Oh, SE UFC predictions saying Nicolau will lose via Tim Elliott will win by decision. Now, I went back and forth on this. I was taking the plus money, the underdog, Tim Elliott, because I think I like his fighting style. He's weird. He comes in, he's kind of a wild man. He's got the aggression, but you know what? And then you look at his Instagram, and he's out water skiing on the boat. Nicolau's in the gym. I would imagine. Now, he's not out water skiing with James Krause and Gina Mazzani. He's getting it done over Nova União, I imagine. I don't know. I could be just going off stupid pictures on Instagram. But then I learned Nicolau has a BJJ black belt. I don't think Elliott does. I think Elliott's either purple belt or brown belt, I heard, but he's not. Oh, this is a hot take. What I heard about Elliott from somebody, one of the cappers, he's actually a BJJ blue belt. It goes white, blue, purple, brown, black. Blue belt, and he's been in the fight game since 2009. Gloria May, you think he'd progress up belt levels, but you know why? Because he's not in the gym enough. He's out water skiing and crap. So you can't go higher than a blue belt. And that's what caused me to jump my pick. I was on Elliott at plus money, but now I'm all over the black belt in Matthias Nikolao. Even though he's a 2-1 favorite pretty much, I'm still taking him. And I think he's gonna get it done by submission, exploiting the blue belt of Tim Elliott. I mean, come on, guy. You've been doing this for how many years? Since 2009, and you can't get away from blue belt? Really? So anyway, to recap, time check. Good, I'm on point. What's the time on the clock say? Oh, perfect. So to recap, I have Megatron, Phil Hawes getting the decision win over Darren Nguyen. It's going to be a wrestling showdown. I know a lot of wrestling matches are real boring to fight fans, but me being a former wrestler, I'm going to be looking at those takedowns, looking at the sprawls, looking at the wrestling defense. I'm looking forward to this fight, despite the heavy favorite should win. And then I've got the upset, my underdog pick of these three, Mariya Agapova, because of her, I think she's kind of, I think there's a lot of recency bias because of that loss to Shayna Dobson. But watch it. She dumped every bit of energy she had in round one. And actually in the first 2 minutes of round one. She was done after that, and her game plan was to go in there and get a finish. It just didn't come to fruition. So, yeah, I'm going to take her to beat Sabine Mazzo here at plus money. It's going to happen within distance. I think maybe a second round TKO. And finally, I'm taking Matthias Nikolao, the black belt, to get it over Tim Elliott, the blue belt. That's levels different. Goes, like I said, white is beginner. You walk through the door at the BJJ school and you are a white belt. As soon as you pay your monthly fee, you're a white belt. You progress after maybe, for me it took about 9 months because I had college wrestling background. 9 months, I was tested again and I got blue belt. And then after that, it goes to purple, then brown, and then black. Tim Elliott's still a blue belt. Matthias Nikolao, black belt. That says it right there. He should exploit that blue belt, get the submission victory, calling it a day, lock that one in. So there you have it. Gather the info, place those bets, cash those tickets. Go ahead and fill my comments up with who you think's gonna win these 3 fights and why. Tell me if I'm wrong, tell me if I'm right, I don't really care. Go ahead, I love seeing the comments. Who's gonna be first in the comments? Yesterday was Dave. BC Dave was first. Anyway, good luck on these bets, and Hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow when I cover the main and co-main events.